Hi, so today we are talking about doing marketing activities that actually bring you a return on your investment, that have the highest return on investment, and what is going to help you make more money. If you don't know me yet, my name is Michelle Delerme. I'm the owner of Michelle Delerme Photography. I specialize in full service photography, printing. I am the president of Women Owned and Operated, a nonprofit focused on empowering women business owners and professionals to reach their success through education. And overall, I'm just somebody who really likes marketing and business. Today, if you haven't yet, also make sure that you follow and subscribe to the channel, and that if you, whatever you get out of this or whatever questions you have, please comment with them. Let me know what you thought, and go out ahead and check out the other Marketing Minute videos that I have done so far. So today we are talking about return on investment for marketing activities. What does this mean? Well, so the first thing is return on investment. When you look at a return on investment, this is your metric for determining what is working, what isn't, and is it worth it? So anytime that you do anything, you want to make sure that you're having a solid return and that you're getting back not just what you've put into it, but more. And when it comes to marketing activities, what will often happen is people will look at the wrong metrics, thinking that that's actually the return because they're looking at the marketing activities themselves, not where the customers are actually coming from. So that's why it's important to understand, because if you're trying to scale your business, if you're trying to grow larger, improve, and become bigger in any way, increase your revenue, increase your following, increase any of that, what you need to be doing is looking at what is working, where people are coming from, and continue on that path. To do that, you can still do the other stuff, but your primary focus would be driven towards what is working, because that's what's going to continue to work and do more for you. And then you can make adjustments and make tweaks through education, through understanding those metrics, and that research that you do to develop a better path and better options. So if you have never done this before, I'm going to walk you through how to do it, what you can do to get started so that you can start to figure out what your marketing calendar should be for the coming quarter, now that we're in quarter one, and for the rest of the year if you need to, so that you're looking at quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. Quarter one's already happened, but quarter two, three, and four are still coming up. And so you still have time to turn this year around into what you want it to be if it's not there, or to make this year go better if you already are on a roll. So how are we going to do this? So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go in to whatever your database or point of sale system is and pull your client information for where sales are coming from. So if you're a service-based business or if you're a product-based business, you're going to be able to see what is selling, what isn't selling, what is working, what isn't. All right. So go ahead and do that. So for an example would be like if you're using Square or Stripe or one of those point of sale platforms, you can actually go in there and you can pull your top sales, and you can pull those largest metrics of like who that is. And you can also pull by customer if you have it tied to customer information. So you can pull all of that, right? So you're going to go ahead and pull all of that data out, and you can either print it or you can do it on your notebook, or you can do it on your computer screen, however works for you, iPad, whatever. And then what you're going to do is you're going to look at those top clients and those top sales and see what is bringing the biggest revenue generation. So, for example, with me, my top clients tend to be senior portraits, brands, and first-year family portraits. I did have some really great sales at a point from extended family portraits, and extended family portraits are something that a lot of people do, especially around the holidays. And I wasn't super passionate about it, which did end up having an effect on my sales. And when I started generating more from other things, that's the path that I wanted to go down. So, for example, I have my senior portrait clients, and I can look at what is bringing me the most revenue, right? So I have these different drops, and I say, okay, senior ABC, like this is top client 1, top client 2, top client 3. And I can identify who they are. Now, when I do that, the other thing and the next thing to do would be to literally look at how did they find you? Was there a different conversion process for them, these top clients, versus your bottom clients or your lower clients or something like that? So for me, I'm going to talk about two different senior clients that I had. So one senior client got me through a charity auction. She bid on a gift certificate, charitable donation that I did. That's one of my marketing activities. It helps get me in front of new audiences. And usually people who are willing to donate are generally people who have a little bit more to invest and are able and want to have the experience that I provide with photography. So these people are sitting in this basket. And so I donate to certain charitable events throughout the year, and people bid on these, and then they take that gift certificate, that credit, and we work together for their session. That credit is then applied towards their artwork or their session, whatever they choose, and then they pay the remaining difference. Now, I've had people who have taken just the gift certificate, the credit, used it, and they walk away with exactly what's included, and then I have others who invest more and go that route. I've also had people who have found me from charity auctions. They did not win the gift certificate, but they saw me donating, and they were like, we want to work with this person. And so they worked with me for that. I also have the other avenue where I have my top senior clients coming from is through my website. Not social media, my website. And this was a really interesting factor for me to look at of how did this person find me? She found me on Google. So when you go to Google and if you look up photographers near me or photographers in Livonia, photographers in San Antonio, senior photographers, right? And that's kind of where you have to start looking at what your SEO is and what is working, what isn't. Not only was my social media stuff coming up, but so was my website. And she went directly through my website. She didn't message my Facebook page. She didn't message me personally. She went through my website and said, hey, this is my kid. This is what I want to do. We would love to talk to you. Call her right away. And so when you go through and you look at what these top clients are and how you're acquiring them, make sure that you're also asking those questions and that you're really keeping solid notes on that. I do that in my database. I do make sure, like, as we're on the phone initially, I'm keeping track of, like, when did they reach out to me? How soon did I call them back? How soon did we, like, and I like to work as fast as I possibly can for them, for their ease and for mine, because once they're ready to go, it's a lot easier. The other thing with that is I make sure that I ask the right question of how did you find me? If they found me through Facebook, they're more like, oh, I found you on Facebook. It's not never, sometimes it'll be like, oh, you were referred to me through Facebook, but most of the time it's just Facebook. Now what I have found is a lot of people who find me through Facebook are not people who are booking me. And so again, that's where I'm keeping track of all of this, and I'm looking at these metrics of what is working and what isn't. Now, by posting on Facebook and by putting content out there, I am making sure that my name is popping up when people are going to Google. I'm also taking a lot of the stuff that I post on Facebook and Instagram, Pinterest, all of that content, and I am still putting it on other platforms, as well as making sure that those are the same kinds of things that I'm putting into my blog, that I'm putting onto my Google posts, onto those updates and event posts and promotions that you can do through Google Business. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this information and you're going to make a list of where are your best clients coming from. And then I want you to go in and I want you to look at where are your lowest clients and sales coming from. And then once you do that, you're going to have a strong understanding of what is working and what isn't. Sometimes what you will find is that they are coming from the same thing, but they're different. And that's where you're going to look at now, like, oh, is it a demographic thing or is it something different? So specifically in this case, what I'm talking about with the charity auctions is people are finding me through the charity auctions. My top clients have tended to be charitable donation auction winners. I've also had some that have come and they've only done the minimum and they've walked away. And that's where I look at, is there a difference in the auction? Is there a difference in the event? Is there a difference in the process that I do with each of these? And what is it? And you're going to dive deeper into each thing. So what I want you to do while you do this is every single aspect of that, like, Start big and broad if you have to, and as you're going, you can continue to narrow it down until you're very specific of like, what was the difference from A and B. Once you find that, then you can say, this is where I need to focus all of my attention. So for me, if I'm like, all of my top clients are coming from auctions, I need to have the website still because people are coming from the website, but I need to find 12 auctions. I need to find 24 auctions. I need to find 36 auctions. Whatever it is, I need to take that and then I need to multiply it into massive action and take that massive action and action on it, okay? The other thing that you're probably going to find is that active actions, active marketing is probably going to bring you a lot more and a lot higher returns than passive marketing. Passive marketing is like a Facebook post on your business page, not a paid advertisement, right? There's a difference between that social media active and passive. Passive stuff is like you put it out and you hope it works, and it's generally free things, whereas active is where you're actively going out. You know you're going to get something from that action you're going, and even then you have to be very careful as you start to get into paid advertisements, because you want to make sure that you're targeting correctly and that you're getting it in front of the right audience. Because if you're getting it in front of the wrong audience, like maybe the wrong location, there's times that I've seen ads for the completely wrong, like I'm in a totally different state than these people, and they're a service-based location provider. They are not a they don't ship product out or anything like that, or they don't come to you. They are very much like, I serve Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Well, I'm in Texas, so we're not super duper compatible, and I have no reason to really go to Oklahoma City anytime in the future. So that is something to think about, is when you are going in there, making sure that you're putting in the right locations as you're doing that, really diving in and understanding that demographic. And then when we talk about demographic, that's the next thing that you're going to do is, as you've now analyzed this activity, these marketing activities that are working, the next step is to look at the demographic of those clients and what is working and what isn't. The top clients, are they all in a similar demographic? Are they in a similar psychographic? Are they all across the board? Are you having people that are dual income, single income, blue collar workers, white collar workers, single families, whatever that is? Kind of see what that difference is. And then you can also go in there and look at, well, what are there psychographics that are making these people similar or are bringing them in? Or what kind of things do they value? What kind of things are important to them? What kind of things are we connecting on? And that, again, will help you go in there and figure out what marketing activities are working, but also what brand messaging is tying everything in and attracting these audiences to you that are allowing you to connect better. So that's what we talked about today. Again, make sure that you follow and subscribe so that you can get the weekly Marketing Minute update. And I will also be putting out a couple different things. Something that I am working on right now specifically is 30 active marketing activities that you can do that are low cost or free. Not always, sometimes free doesn't always work out, but low cost, active marketing activities that you can go out to do to bring in clients to your business today to help you start to go. So if you don't have clients yet to look at or to see like, hey, this was a great client, this was a great marketing activity, this brought me a phenomenal return on investment, I'm going to be giving you some different updates of what you can do, and there will be a download that you can do. There will be an entire action plan and everything like that. So thank you, and I would love to know what other marketing questions that you have, business questions that you have, anything like that. So make sure that you drop that below, and we'll get you taken care of. All right, bye guys.